Welcome to Highlighting the Journey, where we dive deep into the stories that shape us. From real estate moguls to innovators, entrepreneurs, from life-changing pivots through breakthrough moments, we're here to uncover the paths that lead to success and the obstacles that build character and the insights that inspire action. And I'm your host, Dan the Podcast Man. Today, we're highlighting another incredible journey. Hello, everybody. It's Dan the Podcast Man. Welcome to another episode of Highlighting the Journey. Today, my guest is Mike from Hyperfocus.
Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
This means I made it.
Me?
I'm on your show. This means I made it.
So it's funny you say that because I've been watching you for quite some time. We're in the same RIA group. I started back in, 2021, and I watched you, and I was always trying to get in your bubble. And I was like, I got to get in these guys' bubbles or circles, you would call it. And then that's when I thought I would make it. But what, you think coming on my podcast, you meant, no. You've been around for a little bit, Mike. Like, so what roughly? When did you start?
2019, the year before COVID.
Gotcha. And it's quite remarkable because I watched your first company was
Safety First. Yeah.
What a great name,
Home
Safety.
inspections.
Well, you know I'm a safety guy. So.
Yes.
But yeah, I saw you plugging away, and I've been finding more of these conversations in the last couple of weeks about entrepreneurship, people in my network, people that understand my mindset. And I know you were definitely one of those dudes. Like, we ran into Hummus Fit, and you and me, like, it's not going to be a fly-by, hey, yo, how's it going?
No, never.
And I'm just like, you and me were just in the depths of real estate. And
always.
It's just, it's incredible when you have those people around you. So, but I watched your journey so far, man, and I'm thoroughly impressed. Like, I was always impressed. So many things I want to tackle with you, but so I follow you on Instagram, and I'm like, this guy, he is so routine, day in, day out. I know, because I'm an early bird like you. Yeah. I'm 4:30, 5 a.m., and you're already up. You're up before me. He's reading a book. Then the next clip, I'm like, now he's gonna be at the gym.
You have to, yes.
And so I want to let's talk about that a little bit. What is your morning routine?
My morning routine, I only have one alarm clock. It's at 3:45. So once that goes off, my day starts. It might take me a couple minutes to really get up. Maybe 5 minutes, I'm fully awake, and my iPad is just laying in my bed, and all my books are on my iPad. For me, it's more convenient that way.
Yeah.
And then I just read 10 pages a day, and that's literally it. You just do simple habits, and it compounds over time. I don't overcomplicate my routine. I keep it very simple. And then after I read for about probably 20 minutes or so, I have breakfast, and then by 5:15, I'm walking in the gym, and then I'm there. So once 7:30 hits, I'm already done with what I like to call the hard part of the day, working out, training your mind. And then by 7:30, 8 o'clock,
agree with you more.
You start your day.
That's the official start of the day.
Yeah.
That's that moment. And I relate to that so much. You must have read Atomic Habits then, have you?
Yeah. So it's funny how I even got into reading, because it's a crazy story, but
Let's hear it, man.
I was a union carpenter, as you know,
Yeah.
and when I used to commute from Long Beach to Penn Station, that's almost an hour ride every day. And
Where'd you live?
Long Beach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I was just BSing on my phone, just commuting, not really thinking about anything, sleeping, whatever. And then one of my friends, he goes, you should read this book. And it was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We all have that Rich Dad, Poor Dad story, right?
There it is.
And then
the book of books.
Yeah. And then, but what happened though is that I'd read 5 pages going to work, 5 pages coming back from work. And then
That's simple.
Simple, yeah.
That's simple. And you did not overcomplicate
Nope.
that. I just wanted to highlight that moment because people overcomplicate things a lot in life. And that simple habit, 5 pages going in, 5 pages going out. It's not complicated.
That's it.
People get a book and like, oh man, I got to read this
They burn
whole
out.
thing.
Yeah, they have unrealistic expectations, and then it's like you're forcing yourself to have this habit when it's forced, it's not going to last. So I think 5 pages going in and going and coming home was very manageable on an hour train ride. But what ended up happening was I read that first book.
What year was that?
Oh, that was probably 2016, 27, give or take.
Okay.
But what ended up happening is that after the book was done, I was like, I kind of like this because I just got knowledge from it, and then I just started reading every day now. I'm like, you know what? I started reading Think and Grow Rich, about books about mindset, entrepreneurship, and I was doing that for months now. So I'm reading books every month, and then in the union, around the holiday season is when construction typically slows down.
Of course.
Layoffs happen.
Yep.
And I was one of the last cuts on the job around like Thanksgiving
Where
time.
were you at that time?
Like where was the job site?
Yeah, like time frame wise, or this is just in general you're just talking about?
I remember this was about 11 years ago, I guess.
Because I know you worked at One World Trade Center.
Yes, yep. I worked there. I worked at the Gansevoort Hotel as well. But World Trade was the best job I've ever been on, obviously. But yeah, I started reading, and the holidays came, I got laid off. And then only because I acquired so much knowledge and had so much confidence in myself to kind of branch out, do my own thing, become an entrepreneur, I didn't look back. Like that was my sign to, you know what, you got laid off. Now it's time to hit the ground running.
So I want to hold you right there. How old are you today?
36.
Okay, you're 36 years old. You started reading a book.
Probably about 24 years old.
24 years old, okay? You got the mindset of just doing this simple little habit. And this is incredible because when people maybe look at me or you now and people that have gotten past these points, because now we're on podcasts, we're our faces are literally everywhere now, and they're watching us, oh, look at our business and look at this. They're not seeing the inner workings that are being built. They don't see the daily grind of you reading. And people think it's so out of reach. But the way you just explained it, you're going into work, carpenter's job, and you figured out a time slot. Here's the time slot.
Yeah.
I'm going to read 5 pages.
That's it.
Don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
And people think like it happens overnight. It ain't happening overnight. That little seed, those little 1%, I call it like, from Atomic Habits, the 1% little bit better each day. And that's what compounded to where I believe you are today. I mean, look at, but I'll let you continue with your story, man.
I would say, just when I got laid off, it was time. And I really wish I could sit here and say, I decided to become an entrepreneur and that was it. Everything clicked, everything worked out. Let me put this on record right now. I've been a struggling entrepreneur probably longer than people have been in business. Now, I mean struggling where I was trying to find my niche. I didn't just become a home inspector. I actually got my real estate license for a year and change. I tried that out.
No way.
I was a contractor, and I feel like as you start learning about different industries and trying to find your way, you get to know what does and does not mesh with your own personality. With contracting, I didn't have the patience to oversee everyone, and then I'm responsible for someone not showing up and just all those headaches that deal with the moving parts on a daily basis. And then a buddy of mine who's a part-time home inspector, he told me about it, and I thought about it.
What's his name?
Brazil.
Okay.
Shout out to Brazil. Brazil Rodriguez. And he's part-time home inspector. And he was telling me about it. And in my mind, I thought, all right, I know construction already.
Yep.
I know real estate. I flipped a couple houses as an investor. And I feel like I'm good at networking, getting to know people. I was like, this aligns with what I'm already good at. So once I decided at 30 years old, I decided I'm going to take a shot at this. But once I enrolled into getting licensed, I knew there's no backup plan. Like, this has to work. And that's the driving force that made me accomplish what I've done so far.
One of the big things I've been also understanding too, and just I think my algorithm is very on point right now with entrepreneurship. It's where that's like, I'm going to do something, and until I say the words, I am going to be a home inspector, I am going to be a real estate investor. Once you say and announce the words, that's like, officially, I am not turning back.
Yeah, and I was almost doing it out of like desperation at that point, because just the contracting headaches, like I said, you could do jobs and break even for weeks and months. You could lose money on a job.
100%.
Yeah.
Contracting is very difficult.
Yeah.
You could be easily flipped over, stop work orders. You know the deal.
Yeah,
We could
100%.
we could dive so deep into that. But I want to pick the moment where it said this out of desperation that there is no turning back.
I can't, yeah.
So let me ask you this. In your brain, did you think to yourself at some point while you were doing that process, this isn't for me, I'm going to quit?
Never.
Love it.
Never.
Love it.
Not a split second, ever.
That's what I love to hear that response, because I asked Pocket Pete this recently. And he's like, I asked, you ever thought about quitting investing? And he's just like, no.
Yeah, no.
And he's just like, he's pondering, like, I don't think I ever thought about it.
You know what it is, though? It's that I know I could put in the work. Like, it's so simple, but it's hard, but it's a simple concept. I know I could put the hours in, I could put the work in, and I'm driven where it's like, I'm a firm believer if you're just willing to put the work in, like, you'll reap the benefits. Not going to happen overnight, but...
Here are some key elements and what I recognize about you, and that's why I loved following you. Even though I wasn't really into home inspections, like, for me, it's not like, it's like a whatever. Not to,
no, not at all.
You know, I love
trust
you, Mike.
me, I get it.
But with just watching somebody on Instagram post, like I said, wake up, read, go to the gym, all those things. All it showed me about you was discipline and consistency.
I realized, I'm sorry to
go ahead,
cut
man.
you off.
That's all it's about. I want you to jump in.
I've also realized too that when I put that out there, I want to make it very clear. I'm not doing it to shame anyone, because that could be construed like you should be doing this, or you're wasting time if you're not up. If that's not for everyone. So I want to make it very clear and be mindful.
He's so sweet
that I don't want to project it, like, because sometimes social media, it can make you feel like you're not doing enough, and that's not the message I want to put out there.
No, and I'm gonna speak for myself on this part for this, and because I know you read this book.
Which one?
Let Them.
I just finished that book like 2 weeks ago.
See, I know what he's reading.
Yeah.
The reason I'm mentioning that is that at the end of the day, this is social media. This is putting it out there, and what happens is people watch a video like this, and it's a mirror, unfortunately. And I'm in your same boat. My heart, where my heart aligns, is to never hurt anybody.
Yeah.
My heart aligns with encouragement, motivation.
Yes.
You got this, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
I'm one of the people on the sidelines. I'm clapping and cheering for that person that closed on the house and got their first rental.
Right.
And there's not enough of that. And unfortunately, people that don't do the work see it as, oh man, this guy's a jerk.
Rubbing it in our faces.
Yes, and that's not you by any means. No. I wouldn't have you on here.
Yeah.
And I know what kind of personality. I'm glad, and I appreciate the fact that you that's the message you want to be out there and be clear about. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's all up to us. It's up to yourself what you want to do with your life.
I'm also learning too as I get older, and it's funny, like, as you grow, as you mature, you kind of learn things, and you kind of also see things from a different light. I'm learning more now to be more empathetic. Not everyone has the drive, and that's okay. That's not, like I said, I don't want to force this narrative where if you're not doing it, like, it's not like that. You could live your life however you Take
that same narrative now. You're thinking about it in that light, the negative aspect, and now look at me that took it as a positive aspect.
Right, yeah.
And that's the way I take it.
I've had people, I swear to God, I've had people approach me at networking events telling me I got them in the gym, I got them reading. I'm like, and all I do is just post, this is what I'm doing, that's it.
But that's the thing. This was a habit of mine, and I kind of kicked this habit now. It was when I wake up, I grab, my phone was the first thing I grab.
It's a horrible habit we all have.
Yeah, and then the first thing I do It's 4 o'clock in the morning and I pop Instagram open. And I see all my friends' stories and I start going through it. And this is what's being filtered in my brain as first thing in the morning. So that in itself is a terrible, terrible habit. I have learned to correct that. I don't touch my phone at least 1 hour.
Yeah.
What I like to do is actually take my pictures beforehand. So like now what I've done, I'm a big proponent of prompting yourself. So one of the things I prompt myself now is I put out a yoga mat before I go to bed. And the yoga mat is for a few reasons. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I'm going to see when I wake up is step up. I will see the mat, and there's a few things I want to do. Is one, I'm a proponent of I believe in God. I pray. Then the next thing I have books that I read to kind of like everyday, daily reflection books that now I'm starting to get prompt. I stretch, then I meditate, and that prompted me for that. And what I'm trying to say is that when I popped your Instagram open and I saw you were at the gym, I'm like, for a second, before I have this new prompt and everything, now makes things a lot easier for me. And this is a new habit I'm building as we speak right now. This happened like a week ago. I see you at the gym and it says, yo, Dan, did you work out today?
Yeah.
Mike's working out today. I got to work out today. And that's again, you can
I appreciate that. Yeah.
And you could sit there, Mike, and you could say, I know what you're trying to say out there.
I just don't want to shame anyone.
No, I know you're not. And it's like the book says, let them that we are, and let you.
Yeah.
Let Mike be Mike. Let Dan be Dan.
That's right.
And if you're supportive, thumbs up. I'm rooting for those people, and it's encouraging. It's like I watch something like that. Dan, it's the things I'm not doing. Did I read the book?
But for you, it registers. Like that's the message I want to get across. It's like, all right, he's doing it. I got to get off my ass now and do it myself.
But let's step this up a little bit now. I'm somebody that joined the East Coast RIA back in 2021. I'm following you now. You have no idea who the hell I am. Now I'm following Mike. Mike's successful. I see him posting content. I see him inspecting houses on a daily. How am I going to get to Mike's level?
There's no level, bro. Like, I'm so humble with
No, I know you are.
Yeah. Because that could all be a facade. People flex in front on social media all the time.
No, I know.
I always want to have I want to give off the vibe. I'm an everyday person like everybody else. There's no.
Well, you're not an everyday person, by the way. Someone that works out 2 hours in the gym is crazy. So,
but if you get up early enough, you have plenty of time.
No, I know.
But those workouts suck, though. It sucks.
But look at you, man. How many pounds of muscle have you put on in the last?
It's tough, man. But you got to do it.
But what I'm going back to is that we were having the conversation before this podcast started. You're talking about the social media and how you want to perceive yourself. I think ultimately for you, my friend, is keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. You know what else helps too? I actually posted something recently, maybe like 2 weeks ago. I openly shared some of my struggles, and it resonates with people because not everyone's life is a winning.
It's not.
This lottery ticket lifestyle every day is a win, and so I like to post. This is what I'm struggling with right now. These are my challenges, so people know that like we're all human, And I have no problem sharing. I would have no problem sharing my struggles right now with you, here on air.
No, I got you. And people see that.
Yeah.
People can notice that. I've noticed on social media for people that watch me now and really see me, they want to be in my circle because I have these character traits that I am I can feel pain. I went through a lot of struggles in my life. I went through a lot of shit. I went through a lot of stuff where for me, I'm sober, and I bring this up.
Congrats.
Thanks, man. About roughly, I'm coming up on 6 years, and
amazing.
It is amazing. And before I got sober, there was like two paths I had. I had the path of I'm going to be flat out. I was going to kill myself. I was going to end my life, or let me try this sobriety thing out because I got nothing else to lose. And with the pain and the sacrifice and everything that I had to go to battle my addiction. And I do battle my addiction every single day. It's not like what you think. For me, I'm talking personally because a lot of people have different different ways about dealing with their addiction. It's an internal battle that I wake up every single morning. And it's either, I ask myself, like I said, I pray, am I going to have a good day or am I going to have a bad day? And I pray that I'm going to have a good day. And then even if I have a bad day, my bad days now are still not even close to the bad days of what happened back then. And I know I'm going to go through bad days. Everybody does. Anybody that doesn't show that they're going through struggles.
That's what I'm saying,
is full of crap.
It's not relatable.
Yeah. You watch somebody success, like all that, but you post something out there. It's like, Mike understands me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you're a humble dude, and I got that vibe immediately from you when I first shook your hand, and
Thank you.
And you can't fake that stuff.
If I could piggyback off that,
go ahead,
so I would say maybe like a year and a half ago, I burned out. I had straight up had a mental breakdown, and I burned out. I wasn't happy just because of this. My identity was too tied to my achievements in my business. Or it's like, if my phone's not ringing, I'm not doing enough. Or it's like, and I feel like as entrepreneurs, we're all guilty of that.
100%.
So
yes.
What I did for like a month, and people know me from posting every day, for like a month, I deactivated everything. Facebook gone, Instagram gone. You couldn't find me anywhere for a while.
I think that I noticed that because you are my friend are one of the first prompts on my.
This is what happened. So I'm never the person to post, hey guys, I'm taking a break from, because I feel like that's an attention, It's an attention
to that. You're gonna do something. Just go do it.
That's exactly what I did.
Just go do it.
That's exactly what I did. Yeah. And I deactivated everything. Didn't say a word. And then because I was in the mental state I was in, I wasn't answering text messages because I didn't want to get into why I'm off and this and that. So I wasn't answering my phone, nothing. And because of that,
this was a month.
About a month, yeah.
So, you didn't work? You just...
I was just working. But that was it. That was it. And people wanted to like do the home inspection tag. I was like, I'm not on it. Like, I just don't want to be on anything right now.
You're tired.
I'm tired. I just want to keep my head down. And slowly but surely, the word started spreading. And then people I haven't even heard from started texting me, am I blocked right now? I'm like, no, I'm just off of everything. Sure enough, that built up enough where I had someone show up at my front door, like, yo, we're checking in. And they had other people on speakerphone, like, while the person's walking into my front door, they're just like, I'm like, man, I didn't know that like people cared about me like that. Mental health is very important.
Mental health is, and especially, mental health is, I know it's definitely getting a lot more light.
Yeah.
And I suffered it. I know exactly the pinpoint in my life. I remember I was 16 years old. I had some traumatic information given to me. I was very traumatic information, and I'm not going to disclose what that information is. Let me just say very simply, it's like I stumbled upon information that literally rocked me to my core. And even before that, and I'm going to even step a little farther back, but we do have to dive into you. But I'm going to step back a little bit more. I remember I was like 4 or 5 years old. My mom was driving. She had an old Volvo. She's on Sunrise Highway. I just remember this. Sitting in the back seat, I'm looking out the window, and I'm seeing the trees. And I'm seeing the sidewalk, and I'm seeing everything. I'm observing everything as a child. And I'm like, I just asked myself, like, what is this? Like, I had the contemplation, like, I don't know what this is. Like, I'm under, like, my brain's going like, you're living life, obviously, I could explain what it is, but what is this? And I always had that in the back of my brain because I just never understood, like, we're on a planet floating through here, and for some reason it's 1995, and cell phones and this and that, and all this stuff exists, and there's communications and all this stuff. And so I had a very hard time from that to all the way to 16 when I had this very traumatic moment where I was just like, oh my God, I don't want to be on this place anymore. This place sucks. being alive sucks. This is not right. Like, there's just so much sadness and all this terrible, terrible things. And from there, I struggled until I would say the age of 30, until I got sober and I got the tools to become healthy. And people have this wrong misconception about a 12-step program, and it baffles me, because like, it's like, you know, I have a problem with alcohol. It's like, yeah, I do. But you know, in the 12 steps, like alcohol is just mentioned once. Actually, the 12 steps is designed for living. And then once I got healthy and the mental health started getting better. But I understand exactly everything you came at. You had everybody come chasing after you because they love you, man.
And it was not my intention. Like I said,
no, it's not your intention.
I didn't post. I'm taking it. I just went off the grid, and that's what happened. Because people were used to the everyday stuff, and like, man. You know, and it's two extremes. Yeah.
One extreme, you're posting every single day, and then like
nothing.
Then nothing. It's like, yo, what happened to him?
And then when I came back, I actually posted why. Like I literally was.
Why
like,
was that?
I felt like at the time I had a mental breakdown, and I just needed a break.
And
like
that's
pressure
fine.
of just everything, just life pressure, and just like. But when I came back on and I posted, "Hey guys, listen, this is what I was going through." Let me tell you, the amount of messages and outpour I had, like, it was mind blowing. I was like, wow, like this is something that's like, it's not spoken about like often enough.
It's not spoken about. Instagram, Facebook, all the social media platforms. What do you see everybody doing? They're
winning. They're winning.
Winning, smiling, dancing.
Yeah.
And yeah, when you take a photo, and I know there's plenty of photos, and I'm guilty as it too, because I'll sit here and lie to you right now. How many times is it you're about to take a photo and there's just this chaos behind it? This person's fighting this one,
100%.
and this one's doing that one, and then you're like, oh, get together, smile, and everybody takes that 3-second moment.
I know.
Here comes the phoniness. Yeah. Here comes the fakeness.
Here you go.
Here you go. You better smile for this photo. Yeah. And everybody does it. You can't even tell me that. Like, even like a baptism, or like I'm at church or whatever it is. It's like, oh, he's trying to get into the car. The baby's crying.
The ride there was, you're just,
there's this, and every family goes through it. Yeah. Everybody, and then there's that moment. Jeez.
Of course.
Yep. Take the snapshot. You guys look great. It's like, after this podcast, we're going to take a photo together. It's going to be posted. They're not, you'll see the photo, but they wouldn't, if they don't listen to the podcast, they don't know the deep conversation that we had behind this. Yeah. So there's always that under, and I've been very big on that. I think I posted a video a few days ago where I was like, here's the most real video. I have no shirt on. And
I saw that. Yeah.
This is the most real video. Whatever you see on Instagram and this and that.
This is my real life, guys.
This is my freaking real life. My wife's yelling at me. My kids are screaming. This is my real life. But that's the problem with social media too. It's look how great I'm doing. It's very hard to say, or just, it is weird. You ever see those videos where people are like, and you have, it's like they're in a hospital bed and take a selfie. That's
insane.
It's insane. So it's like, you see something like that, it's like, why the hell would you do that?
The best though, the best one is, it's not even when they take the selfie laying in the bed. They have someone else taking it for them, pretending they don't know someone is taking a photo of them.
That, and I think there's one, I love it. They getting out of bed first thing in the morning, and they're like, you know, it's like they do the background video of them prompting their phone up.
Oh yeah,
and they're making a joke out of it. Yeah. And they just they put the phone, record, jump into bed, it's recording, and then get into bed.
Yeah.
And go, oh. Yeah.
The bed's perfect. Their hair's perfect. It's.
I mean, Mike, social media is a crazy tool.
Yeah.
It's a good tool. It's a bad tool. It has everything. It has everything you need. It is, and we're still learning about it too. There's still a lot of side effects. There's a lot of problems with it, and then there's a lot of good with it.
Yeah.
You can promote these wonderful things. You can promote one thing. I know you promote this pretty often, like the charitable event you host.
Yeah. So that's to raise awareness for domestic violence, and every year we have hundreds of agents that come, and people don't know this, but as I'm reaching out to people, inviting them, I say on average, just in the real estate industry alone, there's at least 10 realtors that come to me privately and say they've experienced it at some point in time.
Mike, you're one of those people, and I know I'm one of those people too, where a lot of people like message me and reach out to me. They lean on me, and I believe, and I think you probably believe this yourself too. It's like, that's my responsibility.
Yeah, and you know, there's two two people or two types of situations for me that really hit home. One is domestic violence, and the other one is addiction too, because I've lost loved ones from addictions, substance abuse,
That's
things
terrible.
like that. And whenever someone tells me they've been sober, first thing I think always is, man, I wish the people that I lost saw that same light that you, or something clicked where it's like, you know, because.
And that's how I feel. It's a very hard thing for me now because I am sober. I'm living right now, if I had to say this, I'm living my dream, the best life I ever had. But there was moments in sobriety where it was very difficult. It's still difficult to this day, but I learned how to navigate that. But then when I see somebody that is struggling and that is using, and I know who it is, but I'm not, like, one of the big things is like, I can never tell that that person's an alcoholic or that person's a drug addict. I'm not allowed to do that. And it's not my place. The only person that's allowed to do that is themselves. I'm the only one that could say, I am who I am. That person, I know they have a problem, but they have to come to that conclusion. With the drug addiction and that too, I look at somebody suffering and all I want to do, Mike, is grow up to them and I want to grab them.
Me too,
I want to shake the fuck out of them. And I want to go, there's such a better way of living.
I know.
There's such, you don't have to suffer. And I suffered for so long. And I just want to go up to that person like, yo, you don't have to do this. But that's how powerful it is.
And just the worst part, I'm even thinking about it right now, just like getting that phone call, like, gone.
And those
calls fucking suck.
They're terrible. They're terrible. And I remember a while ago, even one of my friends, he helped me get sober. And we would send memes. He had 5 years. He was in the gym. He was rock climbing. He was doing all these things. And then I noticed that his Instagram started to go a little dead, and it was dead. And I just got the phone call that he died. And then I'm just like,
sucks.
Yeah. And then you want to talk about a packed funeral?
Yeah, I know.
You want to talk about?
I've been to a couple of them.
Yeah, you want to. I know, like, where we have been it's been 30 minutes, and we have definitely dived into very deep and dark topics. But I'm glad we did, Mike, because these are things where my podcast, I have no problem talking about and bringing awareness to. I know my podcast has been more geared towards real estate, and I'm very happy that you are bringing awareness, acknowledgement, and that it's a thing, man. And I tell everybody in my audience this: if you're out there and you're struggling, you better call me and DM me right now. I'm dead serious, because I will drop everything and help that next individual out. I don't care what time it is, because I don't want that phone call you just told me.
Me neither. Yeah,
I don't want that. No. That was a lot.
Yeah.
Let's go. What I would love to learn about you, Mike. So let's go back. Let's go back into your story. Where'd you grow up first? Where'd you graduate? And where did your first of your career started? Let's go.
Long Beach.
Long Beach.
Long Beach. That is my hometown. That's where I went to school. That's where I graduated high school from. That's where those are my roots.
It's a good spot. Love
spot,
Long Beach. I want a condo there.
Yeah. And it's funny because when you live there, you take the beach for granted. But now, since I don't live in Long Beach anymore, I'm like, I have to make time now to ride the boardwalk or something, or go to the beach. So yeah, that's it. All started there.
So completed high school, of course, and then I know how'd you get in the union?
I got in the union through a family friend, and my first day working was my 19th birthday.
Nice.
In September, and then I did that for 6 years. I went through the whole apprenticeship for 4 years, and then I was what's called a journeyman. For 2 years, and then that's how the story came about. Where I was reading on the train, and then
I love it.
That one layoff was what's the saying? It's the straw that broke the camel's. Is that the word?
Go ahead, whatever. All these one recently I was trying to figure out. It's how you cut your teeth. Do you know what that means?
No idea.
I don't know. These things just pop up. So with your backstory, carpentry. So 19 years old, which I love because that's when I started my career. I loved how you branched off at 30 into your
home inspection.
Home inspection.
But keep in mind, just between 24, I'd say between 24 and 30, I was lost. Because I was trying contracting. I did my real estate license, and that's where, because now I'm on my own.
You know you weren't lost.
I was finding my niche. Yeah.
But you weren't lost, though. I want to clarify.
I was failing for years, though.
Good.
Yeah.
You should fail.
Yeah.
You got to fail. You fail at all those things, because guess what? What'd you figure out ultimately after failing after all those things?
I found my lane. I was failing forward like a book. I was failing forward, right?
Yeah.
So I was learning what just didn't align with my personality or my characteristics, and I was just like, you know what? I don't see myself doing this. But then, like I said, the home inspection was just like, oh my God. And I just knew like I could be great at this. And the marketing stuff, social media stuff, I was like, you know what? I could do this.
Yeah.
But it wasn't always that way. I want to make that very clear.
Well, why wasn't it always that way?
Well, because I didn't know what was my next thing. Like, I wish I was the person, so I had everything figured out. But year 1, year 2, but it just, when you decide to go out on a limb and you're just diving off the cliff, that's where you got to learn, you know? And I've spent years and years of just unpaid services, just learning, you know, just running around and just not knowing my value, my worth. But at the same time, it's like, you have to start somewhere. Like, you can't be entitled or make people feel obligated that they owe you anything. Like, you got to start, you know?
That's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that people think what we do is, and now you see the great picture, the great video.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a whole entire backstory on you where you're grinding, trying to figure it out. This don't work to get to the next point. And you have to fail. And that's why I said, good, you should be failing.
I would say the biggest thing for me that made it work was not having a backup plan. Like that was my mentality. It has to work.
It has to work.
What else am I going to do? Go back to the carpenters union? And I'm not knocking. Listen, that's a great trade.
You could knock the union.
No, but like, you know, but in my eyes, it's like,
I'm kidding. I love my union, man.
when you start a new chapter in any line of work that you're doing, if you decide to take that leap and then it doesn't work out, and now you're kind of walking back into that door that you just walked out of, there's a weight on you. Like, you're just like, damn. Like,
it's like going back to the door. Like, you know,
like I tried, and
then your head's hanging. And
didn't work.
And especially, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, about this, because there's no reason why. Because I know people are sensitive, but like, as a man, and I bring up as a man, it's kind of like, I believe in traditional old school values when it comes to a man going to work, figuring it out.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you fail, it's kind of like the biggest thing. We are providers.
Yeah.
And let me be clear, I'm not saying that women can't do it. Absolutely. Women crush it. There are women out there that are 1,000 times better than me. I think women in completely different ever since my kids, because, by the way, what women can do, right? Men, we can't. I'm just flat out, so I'm very clear. But what I'm trying to be honest about, I feel that men have a certain embeddedness to provide and succeed, and as the woman as a nurturer and caretaker.
Of course.
But having your head hang down like, oh, I failed as that.
For real.
And it's true. You want to be honest about mental health. You want to be honest about certain things. And listen, everybody can feel the way they want to feel. And this is the way I feel about it. And I can so see that. You can't go back there saying, oh, Mike, it didn't work out, did it?
100%.
Oh, it didn't work out, buddy.
And I would say, too, for my entrepreneurs that are going to be watching this, and specifically the ones that are like struggling, because like I said, I have my struggle story. I've been struggling almost longer than people have been in business for. So when I tell you what I've done now has been earned, and I've earned my stripes, it's like an understatement. But for my people out there, what's worked for me, and this is the biggest transition, was learning what doesn't work. You can work. Listen, you can work hard for years and years. Your work ethic can be there, right? But you have to sometimes acknowledge that, okay, I need to pivot some way, somehow, and that's where the opportunity lays. Because otherwise, you're the hamster in the wheel. You're just gonna keep going, and you're not gonna grow. And that's for me. That's what I learned to transition, and then you know.
And this is very good that how the way we've been talking right now, formalizing everything. Everybody is different.
Yeah.
What works for you is
100%,
not going to work for me.
Yeah.
You waking up at 4 a.m.
Definitely not for everyone.
Definitely not for everybody.
No.
Like my wife, when she wakes up around when the kids wake up, which is like 7:30.
Yeah.
And then she sees me already had my day, like I already crushed 10
course.
emails, this,
Yeah.
that. I'm perky. And she goes to me and it's like, what in the living F are you doing?
Yep.
But then my wife is the afternoon
Yeah,
later
yeah.
on. And then me, I'm the opposite. When I get to the other half of the day,
Slowing down, yeah.
I'm slowing
Yeah, of
down. You're not
course.
going to catch the.
Yeah.
You want to catch me in my best prime time, and I tell this prime time for me is between literally 6 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Yeah,
If you
of
want to
course.
have the best, like I want to have an important meeting,
When the gears are going, yeah, of course.
I'm jazzed up, I'm
Yeah.
caffeined up, I'm
Yeah.
ready to roll.
And I would say too, if I can give another tip for
No, go ahead, man. Shoot.
another thing too is that we're all prone to setbacks and failures and challenges. You learn from it. That's another. For me, that's worked in my personal life, obviously my business life, but I've encountered lots of struggles as a kid, growing up, teenager, and the only credit I'll ever give myself
Let's hear it.
is just having the right perception of these things.
Yeah.
These things can be crippling. Trauma can be crippling, or if you have the right perception, it could be the best thing that's ever happened to you.
I was at work yesterday, and there was this individual. He's a lot older than me. He's probably going to watch this video right now because he was rooting for me. He stumbled upon my content, and he's been talking about doing this business forever.
Yeah.
And he's an old man. I would say, if I guess your age wrong, I'm not, because I don't want to mention his name. I think he's in his 60s.
Yeah.
And he's been talking about doing this business. And I look, and he's like, I don't know, I'm probably waiting this message from God or this or that. And I look directly in his eyes. I'm like, I'm telling you right now is the time to start the business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now is to start the business. Stop with all this. And he's like, what? I'm like, yep. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
be honest, be truthful, be respectful, because he knows he's gonna have to hurt. It's gonna hurt. He thinks he's gonna hurt people. But believe it or not, because I was always stuck in that thing too. I was always scared to leave my company. I was always scared to dive into something else. And when I went to like my supervisor and I told him everything, I was like ready to hear like, you're not leaving me.
Yeah.
My supervisor goes, it's your time, Dan.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? It's your time.
Yep.
I see what you're doing out there, Dan. I see you doing the real estate. It's your time, not their time.
Yeah.
Their time is done. They had you. You provided a service. You were a great employee.
Yeah.
Crushed it. Your time.
And it's a beautiful feeling when you finally feel like you're in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously there's different levels of being in that driver's seat, right? There's certain levels where, you might get to a point you no longer have to ask someone else if I could take off of work, or if you need to pick your kids up from whatever it is.
No, of course. You are free.
You're free, yeah, and I started realizing that probably my third year in business was when I started to kind of like not take my foot off the gas, but started to like enjoy the fruits of my labor by traveling and then again, I didn't have to clock in with someone and ask if I could get approved days, and I was just like, I'm out of here. I'm out.
But that's like, I've been given that because I was going to quit my job
Right.
being a safety guy, but I got reeled in to be a safety director, and the company I joined is phenomenal.
Yeah,
And
That's awesome.
they see my capabilities. They know what I could do. And I'm still in my head because my wife thinks I'm crazy. She's like, why are you still working right now? It's like, because for me, it's one, I have to prove myself. But then also the aspect of it, because when I first had the interaction, when I was officially hired, I had the conversation with my boss. He goes, I went to him like, what do I do now?
Yeah,
He looks at me, he goes, Dan, you're a self-starter.
yeah,
You know what to do.
of course.
You know how to dictate your time. He's not going to sit there and hover over me. He wants me to do my job, and I know how to do my job. I know when to be at work, what time to be there, write up reports, do what I need to do, and not abuse that power too, because you can abuse certain powers, and and people will take it the wrong way, and it's like, yo, where's Dan at? But for me, when it comes to like my W-2 and everything, whatever my company needs, I'll drop everything and I go.
Yeah.
I'm a dedicated person because you are paying me for that. But then
Of
at the
course.
same time, I do expect, hey, let me do my thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't even realize what was happening until it was happening. And when all this stuff was being uncovered as time was going on, because I was like, I can go here, I can go there. But that's what my boss was trying to tell me. It's like, you know what you need to focus on. You're a self-starter. If you knew like what markets and what to dive into, you and your brain will start to formulate that. You can't make a personality like that. Not everybody has it.
Of course.
There are people that prefer, Mike, you're going to go to my house and you're going to make sure you inspect this, 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 and this. Meanwhile, your head goes, well, I know I need to inspect this, this,
Yeah.
this. So people, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with stuff like that. That's why I say we're having this incredible conversation about life. And I feel the way I feel about certain things. Not everybody's going to work for certain things. Everything's interchangeable. What will work for me might not work for you. And here's one of the biggest lessons I have learned in my life. A smart man learns from his mistakes. And the mistakes...
I know you're going with this.
You know where I'm going with this. And you have to have... I feel like you have to have a certain tally board of mistakes and failures. You have to. And you're going to have plenty of more. And I'm going to have plenty of more. But then a wise man learns from other people's mistakes. And we save a lot of time and a lot of pain when we do that.
And if I can give credit to...
Who?
I'm going to mention now, including yourself, but another thing that's worked for me tremendously is just being around other people that are way more far ahead than I am, you know, whether it's with technology, with investing, or building a business, or because I'm not the smartest person whatsoever. Like, I have a high school education. I didn't go to college. Like, I'm not knocking people that went to college, but like, I'm probably gonna get crucified for saying this, but like,
Mike, you gotta relax. Don't worry about them. Just talk, bro.
You don't need college to be successful.
There was no rule book that said that.
And I have partnerships with people who are educated, smart people that are way more ahead than I am, and so I feel like identifying with those people, it's what makes me smart, because I know I'm not smart.
So this can be asked so many different ways. What's smart? What's wealth? What's being rich? Everybody has their own interpretation of it. Some people think being rich is being a millionaire. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think that. I think being rich and successful is that, one, you're free. Your time is free. And you have it. For me, it's my wife, my kids. But I have the same conversation. My wife watches me, and I have succeeded tremendously in my life. I don't have a college degree. And my wife has a degree from Hofstra University. Yeah. And she cannot land a job for the life of her.
I'm sure.
Spent so much money for that education. Spent all this time.
Student loans, right? And all that.
Yep, student loans.
Interest.
All this. Yeah. And I'm, like you said, we're not knocking college people. Like, if you had to ask me, is college good? Yes, college is good for
a specific job, though. Yeah. Accountant, attorney, medical, doctor.
I want my doctor to go to college.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
And I'm not knocking college. Yeah. I have my gripe about college, because I do believe, how does an 18-year-old go to college, right? Goes to college. He can get a loan for $100,000. He can walk on the campus, and there's people standing by with a nice little table saying, take this credit card, man. And they don't know what interest is, 25%.
And guess what? A lot of people who have college degrees are now in fields that don't even require they're not even using their degree.
Yeah. And it's crazy. So the person can have that financial burden at 18, go get a credit card, and then doesn't realize what that financial burden is, but can't go to the bank and say, man, I really want to open a pastry.
Start a business, yeah. I would say too, you know, for people out there that if you don't know if you want to go to college or not, I would advise one of two things. Either you start your own business that's providing a service, and that service could be anything from literally power washing driveways or houses or organizing stuff. There's people that have companies that are organizing.
I love it.
You know, or you can provide a product, an online product. If you're not hands-on and maybe giving a service isn't your thing, then you could create a product that may make life easier for a certain industry, or, you know.
You don't have to explain any of this, by the way. You said it in this podcast. You went through GC.
Yeah,
you went through all these things to find out what works. Something is going to work. Something is going to stick. I believe everybody has their thing.
Yeah.
So if I hire somebody or if I'm with somebody, I believe people are good, but you got to find the right spot.
Yeah.
I am not going to be a good home inspector.
Don't say that. I mean,
I don't know. Maybe I would. I don't know.
But it might not be your thing, and
no,
that's
of course.
okay. Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's where people
Yeah.
don't like fail to understand is like, well, you hired him to do this, and it's not working out. We recently hired somebody in my company where they were looking him for a certain role, and I just saw him like, no. He's got to do this, and now when I interviewed the guy, his eyes lit up. He was excited.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, that's what I want. I want to see the fire behind a job, and if a job, or I want to say a little bit better, career.
Yeah.
He's gonna make a career out of it. Find the person that's gonna fit the right role.
Of course, yeah.
And for me, and I want to give some like educational tools out there with the whole college thing and everything we just talked about. With the whole college thing and everything we did talk about, what I've done, I spent a lot of time trying to get financially smart because I was financially stupid. And I still think I still have a lot to learn this day. And one thing I wanted to understand was investing for my kids. Was it just putting money into a bank? Was it putting into a college, 529 they call it? So I figured out by hiring people that know better than me.
Yeah, of course.
Figure out, Dan, you want to get this program for your kids. It's a type of insurance. I don't want to go too deep in it, but very simply,
Yeah.
I started putting money into this. This thing has grown, already doubled within 3 years.
Amazing.
Since my daughter's been born. So when my daughter becomes 18, she will approximately, if I keep doing what I'm doing, will have an estimated around $120,000, $130,000 right off the bat.
Good head start in life.
She's not going to know that, by the
Yeah.
way, unless she
Yeah.
watches this podcast and she figures it out. But my idea is not to tell her. But
Yeah.
there'll become a time when I will find her, my daughter, because I think she's going to be so much smarter than me. She's smart. She's so freaking smart right now. That when she becomes close to that age, at that age, I'm going to say, hey, you can pick what you want to do with your life. I am not going to hold you back. I do have reserves and everything for you. You can either A, go to college. Please pick an appropriate.
Yeah, pick something that requires. Yeah.
But if you don't know and you still want to go to college, just go to Nassau Community College. Go to a community college.
Yeah.
Figure it out for a little bit. It's okay. Take the time.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no, and what people think like, oh, you're supposed to be married and you're supposed to be done.
I never gave into any of that bullshit.
I did.
Oh, I never.
Oh, I did. I did. I was a sucker.
Yeah, yeah.
I was a sucker when it came to that, and I thought I was supposed to have kids at this time.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'm so blessed that I had kids. Like I always said, I wish I had kids earlier. But then if I had kids earlier, I realized I wasn't sober.
You might not have been mature enough.
Was not mature enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Wasn't mature enough.
course,
Wasn't
yeah.
ready for that responsibility. Now it's just like for me, I'm just like
Perfect timing,
I'm
right?
like,
Yeah.
oh hell yeah!
Awesome.
I gotta be their protector, man. And listen, some people have the kid accidentally, and then listen, they just they bulk up. They
They have to do it, yeah.
It's kind of like what you said. There's no going back.
If I could
There's
add,
no going back.
yeah, it's some people aren't ready. Some people, like
Yeah.
there's a story that my mother told me. She was pregnant with me. She wasn't ready. She was on her way to the clinic.
Wow.
And she was crossing the street, and a complete stranger walked up to her and stopped her and said, "You're going to have a boy, and he's going to change your life." And she kept it. She kept me, I should say. That's why I'm here right now. Crazy story. Crazy. And she tells me the story all the time. Some stranger completely stopped her. She was literally walking towards the clinic. If she wasn't stopped, I would
Mike,
not.
you don't have to. I don't know how to respond.
I
to
wouldn't
that.
be here right now.
That just gave me the chills. You just blew my mind. I think that was the most profound thing that was told to me on this podcast.
Telling you, bro. That's why, I'm very grateful.
That's God. That's
Very
all.
grateful,
For
bro.
me, that's all God. That's God. There's no. I don't have to. And that's where like people are like, oh no, don't talk about God. No, I believe in a God. I believe in a higher power. Maybe not the exact whatever it is.
Of course, yeah.
But for me, it's very simple when it comes to
Yeah.
stuff like that. That's divine.
It's like, I don't know. It's crazy, bro. Crazy.
I just want to end the podcast right now and cry. It's just like, dude, that's unbelievable, bro.
Yeah.
That is probably one of the best stories I ever heard in my whole freaking
Like I
life.
said, she was not ready. She was not
I don't even
fit.
know where to go with this podcast.
It wasn't
I'm
fit
so
whatsoever,
shocked right
but
now.
like,
I don't know what to do.
telling you, bro.
I have other things to ask you. Now you fucking blew me away, bro.
I have a podcast with her on. It's an old episode. It's probably like 3 or 4 years old.
I gotta
now.
watch whatever it is. You guys send me the link.
Yeah, so I'll send you the link. But that whole episode is about perspective. Because like I said, I'm very big on perspective. So when you watch that episode, you'll see
You can't fail, bro.
what I've been through. no, but like
I know you had a hard
You'll see
hard life. I know. I know you've mimicked that. With your Instagram and stuff like that. But man, yeah, you're right. The perspective.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Because whatever I've been through, it's very easy to, those traumas could be permanent, right? You could have mental health issues, you could have drug, whatever it is, right?
Whatever it is, man.
But if you have the right perspective, like that's my narrative of just perspective.
It's all good.
You
bro.
have the right perspective on when things happen, not if, but when these things happen to you. It's like it could really gear you up for like the best thing ever, as long as your mind is,
Of course. We can just keep going on and on, bro. But I don't want to take so much of the pod. We're an hour in, and Mike, what a freaking incredible conversation, really, man. But we do have something to talk about.
Talk about it.
You're a home inspector, clearly. I know you have rebranded yourself to
Yes.
Hyperfocus. What is the next big adventure?
So my next thing, so on top of doing home inspections, we've also added doing asbestos sampling, mold as well. For my business owners, you should have more than one. If you're providing services, you should have more than one that kind of ties into what you do already. So then one complements the other. But to answer your question, what I'm working on right now, because I've learned so much as a home inspector, I've learned how to build a 6-figure business thanks to you guys, my network, the platforms that I'm on. But my next chapter is to pay it forward. So I want to share this information with my up-and-coming home inspectors. Maybe you're in a position right now where you might be stuck or lost like I was for years at a time. And I didn't have someone that had like A to Z, like a mentor kind of show me the ropes from start to finish. But that's going to be my next thing, just to help the next generation of home inspectors.
So what's the formality of it? What would you call this thing?
How to build a 6-figure business as a home inspector.
As a home inspector. So basically, you're going to be a coach.
I would say, so, yeah, coaching,
mentor. Mentoring. Yeah, you 100% are in that position. First of all, educational standpoint. So here's how you're perceived, by the way. And I hate to break it to you,
Hope
but
it's good,
it's not. The problem is you're a home inspector. I'm a safety guy.
Yeah.
People don't like us.
That's their problem. Let them.
Let them. 100%. Like I have gotten to the point. Like I don't care if you tell me to go F myself. I just don't care.
I was almost going to say F them, but we'll say let them.
Go ahead. But people have told me to go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm like, okay, great. I'll go fuck myself.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we are in positions where we are trying to do good.
It's a gray area. Yeah.
It is a gray area. We spoke about this.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a gray area, but we know what the right thing to do is.
Of course. Yeah. And that's what I want to teach to the up and coming people, because in our line of work, especially being a home inspector, you could like say the wrong thing or get into an argument or you do the wrong job, you miss something, your reputation's tarnished overnight. So that's what I want to prevent from people who are getting licensed.
So let's break this down a little bit.
Yeah.
So you want to provide a type of mentorship, coaching.
Yeah.
I know you have employed people in the past, and
Correct.
people have worked for you, and they, So what services will you be providing? Actually, hold on one second. If I don't call you're sick. All right. So, Mike, what services will you be providing?
For people who are looking to learn about becoming a home inspector?
Yes.
So there's different tiers, honestly. So there's obviously in the field training, which I already have my full-on property tour guide, which has different modules of heating, plumbing, electric, the whole 9, right? So they'll have access to that exclusive content. The second part would be the psychology of it, on how to discuss how to share your findings with first-time home buyers that are nervous, the relationships with realtors. It's the communication psychology part, which is the most important part, honestly.
Bro, we just had a whole therapy session.
Yeah.
So
that's another aspect of it. The third one, marketing. You could be the best home inspector. If no one knows who you are, you have nothing.
Yep. So okay.
That would be the third one. And then the fourth one, which is equally as important, is writing the reports, because you want to learn it in a way to be time efficient, because let's face it, the more time you take, I feel like you're lessening your value if you're working longer and harder when you could be more efficient, maximize your time, maximize your profit.
Well, the report is very important because you can be holding up a deal.
100%.
You can crush somebody. You can crush somebody's their dream home because
100%.
you decided not to complete a report and went out, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you're listen,
100%.
and those are big key components.
Yeah. And to write reports, if it takes an average of 2.5 hours, if I could teach you how to do it in, let's say, 1 hour, let's just say you shave off an hour and a half per inspection. You do 6 inspections per week. You're saving hours and hours of just.
Of course. And that's the things I've been implementing into my company as well. I'm trying to save time, efficiency, while documentation is properly being filled out. At the end of the day, documentation needs to be filled out. I don't give a crap what your excuse is, okay? But if I can figure out a method, or a app or a service that will say, click this, type in here, plug in that. Instead, it's very difficult because even myself, even my career as a safety manager and then now a safety director, I used to do everything from scratch.
I know.
And it sucks because I would have a blank canvas. I'm like,
but AI now is in the blink of an eye.
But that's the thing. You have to be utilizing AI to your advantage.
Yep.
You have to be working with the times because time is on the essence.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, with all this, is there so you have a platform that you're gonna be utilizing? Mm-hmm. Do we know what it is, or you don't want to?
Actually, I forgot to mention there's a fifth tier on what I just mentioned. So
what's the fifth tier?
Last but not least is we're gonna have scheduled calls because everyone's goals are different. Everyone there's tailored tasks for each and every person. So that's where we would jump on phone calls. I would get to know what your goals are, and then I could tailor what it is that you're trying to do.
That's freaking awesome, man.
So I just feel like the information I have, it's time to really put it out there.
Do we have price points, or you don't want to disclose that?
Reach out to me if you.
There you go. I'm sorry. I asked the question. I just wanted to hear, but of course. So you're gonna have certain tiers. Man, that you are such in this position to do this.
But think of it like this: whatever the cost may be,
you're investing in yourself.
If you're getting the A to Z path to make 6 figures, I mean,
what more can you ask for?
Seriously, from someone who is not only has done it but is doing it consistently year after year.
The problem is this too: you're not a BS person.
No.
You're not YouTube University. You're none of those things. We see a
boots
lot
on the ground. This is real. Yeah,
you're
this is
in person, and that was the biggest thing that propelled my real estate career. I was stagnant until I got my coach. Once my coach was involved,
accountability. Yep.
Everything.
Yep.
Build a business. I understand that. And you're going to provide these things. And people say that all the time. You're lost. Where do I go? Yo, I heard Mike. He's got this great program. Why don't you just take a look at it?
Telling you. And
talk to Mike.
Yeah.
I would assume that you would give some free consultation.
100%,
And just say, listen, this is what I do. If you're interested. And even try it out for a day. Whatever. I don't know if you have something in that formality too. Just to get people a little taste of it.
I will say this. The average home inspection price, and this is on the low end, but nationwide, give or take, let's just use round numbers. The average price is somewhere between $500 to $600. You could do 2 a week part-time and make an extra $1,000 a week.
And that's it.
I used to make $1,000 working full-time as a union carpenter. If you could make $1,000 part-time from doing 2 inspections, that's 1 day's worth of work.
But it's important to also, you're punching out that number, but I want you to give clarification on making that $1,000.
Yeah.
just because of I don't want people to be sold something
Sure.
incorrect. When you make the $1,000, what do you do for taxes? Do you file a 1099 or something?
So this is what I personally do. This is not accounting
It's
advice.
not. I
Yeah.
just don't want people to be sold on like, oh, you make $1,000. There
No.
is you have to do pay
100%.
taxes.
So this is what I personally do.
I'm gonna kill
My accountant. So on paper, I'm a W-2 employee for my corporation.
But okay.
So for tax purposes, there's a website called Gusto, and I think it's every month, funds get automatically taken out of my account. So I pay taxes like automated.
So let's just be very clear
Yeah.
on this whole topic, because I just don't want people to be sold something.
Of course,
No,
yeah.
I'm not saying you were, Mike.
No, yeah.
Of course, you can make the $1,000. Just make sure we talk to our local your
Yes,
CPA.
100%, yeah.
Please go to.
Yeah.
Who knows better than you? I know. Listen, I'm not a CPA.
Yeah.
That's why I hire a CPA.
Correct.
But just make, and I know you will guide them. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you're gonna make $1,000. Please make sure you talk to your accountant and make sure things are getting filed correctly.
Yeah.
Because
my personal way with finances, I like to kind of automate it and kind of like not set it and forget it, but in a sense where it's like every time I do an inspection, I don't have to worry about, okay, I got to set aside this. It's like, no, every month it just gets taken out. Taxes are paid.
yeah. Isn't it so funny? We just had this, like, we're coming to the end of the podcast. We have not talked anything about home inspections.
That's okay.
Like for me, I tried to hire you a few times, but to be quite honest, it had nothing to do with you. It had to do with the deal.
Yeah.
I had to waive the inspection. But I'm in the position where I'm okay with waiving the inspection.
Because I'm
an investor, not somebody that's going to spend $1.5 million on a home
Right.
and buy their home. No.
Yeah.
Go hire Mike, hire a home inspector,
course.
get a report for the love of God.
Yeah, of course.
And we were in a meeting. You said get a home inspector if you're selling a house. This was new information that you recently were saying. Like, so if I'm an investor, if I'm an investor trying to, what was the thing? It was have a pre-inspection?
Pre-listing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it depends. If, like, for example,
You only did 5 of these, by the way. You told it in the
I
meeting.
can count on one. I've done probably close to 1,200 minimum 1,200, maybe closer to 1,500.
Do you have a tally? Do you know the exact number?
No, I wish I did.
You got
too.
it. Get that number and
wish.
throw it out there.
But I've done 5 pre-listing home inspections.
So that's what it is, a pre-listing home inspection.
before it hits the market. And I'm going to use mold as an example because when I find mold during a regular home inspection, people don't realize, one, I'm not the bad guy here. I'm just the messenger pointing out what I found. But not only that, even if the buyer backs out, let's say they don't want to deal with mold, they have kids, they don't want to get sick, whatever, and they back out, that mold is still there.
Yeah.
So now you're going to have your next buyer come and the mold's
huge.
The mold is still there. So it's like, why not address this before it hits the market, or, you could price your house accordingly knowing this in advance. So when the mold pops up, it's like, listen, we know that already. That's why we're listing it closer to here so you can take care of that.
That's good information.
Yeah.
We talked about so many serious things, and I do want to bring some comedy and some
please.
relief here.
Yes.
Do you know what my favorite videos that you post online are?
Yes, it's the inspector dads.
Those
They love me, by the way.
are the
Yeah.
funniest freaking videos. So you can get a little play-by-play. So when Mike's doing these home inspections, you actually have the dad,
The buyer's dad, they come.
the buyer's
yeah.
dad. It's freaking hilarious because my dad would be the same way. Because
flashlights and they're going around.
And I just love how you write the comment, like, I'll hold my
Oh,
beer.
that's right.
Yeah, I'll hold
Yeah.
my beer.
Yeah,
and it's just
yeah,
like, I die every time. I just want, we're talking about making content before the podcast, bro. All I want is you to have a separate channel of that content, and
Yeah.
I'll just watch it for days because
Yeah.
it's just.
Dads.
What was like the biggest maybe interaction you had with like a father with an inspection?
The best are the fathers that are like contractors. That's like a double. Like imagine the buyer
Why do
pulls
they
up.
hire you then?
No,
I'm not trying to insult
No,
you.
not at all.
If
Not at
they're
all.
a contractor, why would they even bother to hire you?
No idea. But
Okay, so let's hear it.
I'm not complaining.
Don't complain.
Yeah, no. But it's funny because the contractor dads, at the end of the inspection, when I give my verbal summary of like all my findings, whatever, and then I'll sarcastically say like, "Hey, pops, how'd I do?" and I'm calling out things they already acknowledge, but they're being reserved, waiting for me to acknowledge these things. So they're like, all right, you know what? He knows his stuff because I was gonna say the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but there have been times, and I find this out like way after, but I do the inspection, send out the report, and I'll follow up with the realtor a couple days later. Hey, how'd it go? The dad blew the deal up. The dad talked him out of it. And meanwhile, the house wasn't even bad.
Wow.
You know, and
What a shame.
that's an unfortunate thing too, where it's like, you know, your parents have your best interests, of course, obviously, but sometimes it's like, you, as the buyer, you have to realize like it's not their house. Yes, they're gonna tell you look out for these things, but some of them they overkill it, literally, and then they scare everyone away.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the downside of sometimes bringing your dad there. Yeah.
I want to have a little fun with you. We're not done yet. You're not walking away here unscathed.
It's one of those things you're gonna ask me 5 questions off the top of my head.
You are smart, dude. These are rapid fire questions.
Yes, that's what it's called. Rapid fire questions.
Yes. All right.
I'm ready.
You sure? Because some people got to think. But listen, just if you got to pass. But let's rapid these out.
Sure.
Favorite movie.
Terminator 2.
Favorite book.
What Happened to You? It's about trauma. It's a phenomenal book.
Favorite store to shop in.
Depends on what for
So what like
clothing
for me, for some reason, I just love stepping into Home Depot.
Okay.
I don't know what I know what it is.
I have PTSD from Home Depot as a contractor, so my favorite store to shop in.
Maybe it's clothes. I know you're fashionable a lot of times.
Somewhat.
No, you got some
but
style.
The clothes, that's on top of my list. Let me.
You want to come back to it?
Yeah, because I got to think about that one.
Favorite ice cream.
Cookies and cream.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Teleport, because I like to travel.
When you eat your hamburger and fries, do you eat the hamburger first, then the fries, or do you eat the hamburger and fries together?
Together.
Good man. Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
Favorite Gatorade?
Red.
Beach or mountains?
Definitely mountains. Yeah.
Wow, even living in Long Beach. I thought I was going to know the answers. Like, he's probably going to say beach.
No.
Laptop or desktop?
Definitely laptop. Because we're mobile.
Exclusive resort or exploring a city for vacation?
Exploring. That's easy.
Yeah, you go on some fucking.
If I'm traveling with my girl, resort, because that's a different experience.
Since I'm a father.
Yeah.
The resort.
Yeah.
I'm like chill. I used to love. I still want to travel. I still love traveling cities. But what do you call cheese that's not yours?
Nacho cheese.
Good man. How do you make a tissue dance?
You put a little boogie in it or something like that. Yeah.
Yes,
or something like that.
That's
yeah.
it.
You
That's
put some
it.
boogie
My
in
wife
it.
gave me that one. He's like, you should ask that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, fine. Can you make any animal sounds? If so, do it.
No. Sorry.
I want to be embarrassed. There's going to be somebody that's going to do it. Do you have a secret talent?
I think having the right perspective. I think that's a talent in itself.
Absolutely. What was the last movie that made you cry?
Oh man. I gotta think about
I definitely had one recently. I know there was some movie that got me to my tears.
probably something to do with like
Oh, I know which one for me. Anyway,
actual events, like something that's like maybe not cry, but maybe down, like a Schindler's List.
yeah, that's a downer. What's one thing you cannot live without?
Music.
What's your favorite music?
R&B.
Really?
It keeps me calm. It keeps my soul just like in this peaceful aura. It's just
It is what it is.
it's
Man.
everything to me.
What's your first email address?
Oh my, wait.
Like your email, your first. I know when you first made an email address.
Mine. So, I guess I'm late to the game, but my first email was just like Mike Totino at Yahoo. Like,
Wow.
but that was for email, not like AIM. Like no.
What was your AIM screen name then?
It was L Banks 227. Long Beach, and then I grew up on G Unit, so like Lloyd Banks.
The luckiest thing I ever got was my brother got the invite to Google when Google was launching Gmail, and I got Daniel.Giambron.
Wow.
I have that. Everybody's like shocked that
Throwback.
I have that clear cut email address. What's your favorite Mario Kart character?
Mario, you said?
Mario Kart. Have you ever played Mario Kart?
Of course. I just don't remember. Well, what about
There's like a significant 8, so I'll give you them. There's Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong, Wario.
the one with the shell and his
What, Bowser?
bouncer? Yeah,
Bowser.
Bowser, right? Bowser.
Yeah, no, you're
Yeah.
right. What's the strangest thing in your fridge? I open your fridge right now. What would it be?
I don't know if it's strange or not, but I don't know if it's strange. The first thing I could think of, apple cider vinegar, but I don't think it's strange. I don't
Why
know.
why are you refrigerating that?
I keep it cold, yeah, because I take a shot of it every morning.
I thought you, oh, you do?
Yeah, it's disgusting, by the way. It's so
What,
gross.
what's the health benefits behind that?
It lowers your blood sugar
Really?
and it burns fat. Yeah, I have it right before my breakfast after the gym every
I
morning.
meant to ask you that. What's your breakfast?
Before the gym, it's just it's oatmeal mixed with the protein powder with walnuts and blueberries.
What is your guilty pleasure song?
So many, because there's different times in
Like one you be singing in the car, and don't lie to me.
singing. Oh,
yeah.
probably Usher.
There you go. Would you rather be sexy or smart?
Smart.
What's your biggest?
Sexy fades, I feel like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does. What's your biggest pet peeve? What drives you nuts?
There's so many things. Not
Oh,
no.
he's gets bothered
There's
by a
so
lot of
many
stuff.
things. Meaning, like in what category? Like personal. It's like
Yeah, it's like if
I'll give you the main one.
okay, here we go.
In general, my pet peeve is when something that should go easy doesn't. Like something that's like like this is so simple. Why is it complicating? Right? That's a pet peeve of mine.
What is the biggest risk you ever taken in your life?
Biggest risk. I could do like traveling wise. I've backpacked to Europe by myself. Like I don't know if that's like a risk.
No,
or
that's
not,
a
but
risk. Yeah,
I've done it twice already. But
I see when you go. You went to? Did you go to Machu Picchu?
yeah,
That's cool.
I did that for 9 days. Hiked mountains in the middle of nowhere. Like
Incredible.
But biggest risk, I would say, going out with no backup plan. Like that, yeah, definitely.
What do you call the red stuff that you put on pasta?
Sauce.
Okay, good. We could be friends.
Wait, what other answer is there?
People call it gravy, and I just don't want.
No.
They can't be a part of my life.
And just to go back to that last question, the stores I would probably like to shop
Oh yes, I
into.
forgot.
I say anything with like technology, just like
Ooh, techie stores.
yeah. Not that I'm a tech person, but I am intrigued on how things are advancing and making our lives easier.
100%.
That's yeah.
I'm glad I was able to get all those. Mike, I can't thank you enough, bro. You're the
pleasure.
man. Before we sign off, deliver us some piece of information. You delivered so many good things, but like a clear-cut message to maybe new investors,
Yeah.
people that are looking to branch out, entrepreneurship, like you want to start this thing. What is a very clear-cut message you want to tell people?
I would say continue to educate yourself, continue to learn, continue to be around. The most important thing is you're going to learn from people that may not even be in your world. Like I'm a blue collar construction background guy. I want to be in a room with someone in a background with tech and like marketing or something. So we could both kind of learn from total different opposite, you know?
I love it. Yeah, no, that's a really good message because it's like we said in the whole podcast, you hire the certain people that you don't know just because I'm smart. I'm smart in this area, but I'm not smart in that. But surround yourself with people that are diverse.
I want to add one
right
more
ahead,
thing,
man.
one more
Yeah, sure.
piece of advice. Once you decide you're going to be in business, whether it's services or products, eliminate the mentality that people owe you now. Friends and family, you need to hire me now because I'm in business for this. It's not how it works. Add value to people, and it's going to take time, but you have to, like, I have over 700 pieces of videos of home inspection stuff. There's not one video that I've posted, hire me just because. It's not, I don't push sales. I don't solicit people.
No, I know what you're doing, man.
They just add value.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mike. That is before we end, one last thing. Mike, plug yourself in. Who are you? Where we can find you?
Sure. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, it's all at Hyperfocused Home Inspections. You could email me if you want, Mike at Hyperfocused Home Inspections. That's FOCUSED inspections with an S at the end.com. And reach out if you have any questions.
Thanks, Mike.
My pleasure.
We'll see you next time.